Alright, what's going on, y'all? Paint a Smile here. This one's going to be a short video because here in about the next 10 minutes or so, I got to pick up my girlfriend from work. But I want to make this quick little review on the on this Telesto V2 Balisong right here. When you buy this thing off the market, it costs, at least from Blade HQ and on Henniger's Instagram page, this costs $950. This is a $1,000 Balisong. Now, of course, some would argue that it's not worth $1,000. But for me, I say it is. But we're not going to talk about that right now. Let's get into the actual specs of this. So, for the, let me get this. So, for the blade steel, this comes in at S45VN blade steel. For the handles, it is 6AL4V titanium. There's titanium hardware. And the color, I believe, is Zerblast, however you say it. But in my opinion, from the month that I've spent flipping this, I've pretty much flipped this religiously. I really like it. I really like how this flips. It flips really, really nice, really smooth. And this is like, and of course, this is like the first legitimate Balisong I've actually had. But, and of course, I didn't pay $950 for this. I paid $550 because I bought it secondhand, but it was in mint condition, basically. I've been flipping this religiously every single day. And I'm gonna be real, I have not been nice to this thing when I've been flipping it. Because obviously, I'm not the best flipper in the world. You actually just saw me drop it right there. But I've dropped it a few times on tile, concrete. I've dropped it quite a few times on pretty much every surface you could like imagine, and it's got some nicks and some chips. Well, not chips, but it's got some dents here and there. Obviously, the scratches you can see right there on the blade, or handles, I mean. The blade has some microchips right here, but it's holding up solid. It's not binding up at all. The tolerances are still very, very minimal tolerances. And it just sounds amazing. Like, listen to this. Like, this just sounds so nice. These are titanium channel handles, so it's not sandwich. I took this apart this morning to clean it. And when I got it, it flipped amazingly. And of course it still flipped amazingly, but it didn't have that ring for a while after I got it, even when I was lubing it up. When I took it apart to clean it just now and got all the gunk out of it, out of the pivots, it made it sound like brand new again. Now, here's the part of the review where I tell you whether you should go buy it or not. And this is clearly my opinion, all right? Just let everyone know this. This is my opinion. I say, if you can, look for them secondhand. Usually, they're going to be fairly mint because even though these are great flippers, these are mostly for collectors. Like, this is supposed to be your, like, kingpin grail Balisong. But as you can see, it flips great. It carries momentum very well. It's got most of the handle weight is in the ends of the handles. It flips very well. It fans even when you get it started for it like this. If it's flat, and when you start fanning like this, like manually, it's damn near perfectly flat. I've seen other reviews on this thing saying, oh, you know, there's no way it should be $1,000 for what you're getting. Which, on one hand, I agree. Because, yes, there are companies that can give you almost the same, like pretty much the same materials for a little bit less. Like Machine Wise and, you know, all those other companies. But Forrest Henninger is just one guy making these Balisongs. So I think that him making the Balisong, or making his Balisongs a little overpriced, is worth it because he's just one guy. He has to do all the machining and all of the work himself. So I think the $1,000 price tag is worth it, and that's just my opinion. Not to mention, I love how clean this looks. Like, this is one of those Balisongs that you would see where it's like, it's so simple, but it looks so good because it's so simple. And I've talked to people who said they like the simplicity, but they don't think simplicity should equal expensive. And I do agree with that. But I think you're not really paying for the simplicity. You're paying for, one, the limited number of this. Like this one, don't know if you can see in there, but it says 31. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. It says 31 in the handles. So I'm assuming, because this is the Telesto V2. I assume this is the 31st V2 he made. And honestly, it's just a really nice Balisong. It's really, really nice. It flips really well. The handle gap hasn't lessened at all in the open or closed positions. It carries momentum very well. Sometimes I get caught up on tricks, but that's just me being dog shit. Yeah, it carries momentum very well. It sounds amazing. So, do I think you should buy it? Again, look for it on the secondhand market. Try to get as close to mint as you can. But if you want to buy it brand new, just to, you know, get the best possible chance of it not having any nicks whatsoever, then yeah, I say go for it. Because let's be honest, Balisongs are a very niche collection of knives that the general public does not really like or is not really interested in. So Balisongs, especially ones made here in the U.S., also especially by individual makers like Forrest Henninger and J.K. Dogshit Designs. Obviously, they're going to charge a little bit more than what you would get from like a company like Machine Wise or Squid Industries, right? And you're paying for the status of the knife. People aren't really gonna agree with the $1,000 price tag that much, but again, you're paying for the great tolerances, because I've had this for a month and have only just now touched it with a screwdriver. And it stayed basically like this the entire time. Basically no tolerances. Or basically zero tolerance. And honestly, this has been in my hands every single day. I won't lie. And it's just really fun. It sounds amazing. It flips amazing. It's very neutral. Like, I'm thinking it's a tiny bit handle biased, but that could just be because of all the momentum in the handles. It might be handle biased, but it might just feel neutral because of how much momentum the blade is carrying along with the handles. Like, it throws itself over your fingers really well. There I am dropping it and trying to say how well it flows over the fingers. But it throws itself over your fingers really well. Like, it does it super nice. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this review. If you want one, definitely go pick one up. I'll leave the Blade HQ link to these specific ones in the description, as well as 410 Ninjas Instagram. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.